good, y'all? Uh, so today I wanted to talk about this independent topic. As y'all can see, I'm in my car today. It feels good as fuck outside today in Denver, so I decided to go ahead and come outside, make a little video. Um, so I wanted to talk about this independence topic that I'm always seeing, and it seems like it's the more common thing going on now. Uh, when it comes to women, gays, everybody's on this like single movement or this independent movement. And I wanted to type on this on some real shit because I'm trying to understand where everyone is getting this ideology from that it's better to be independent when all this shit in this world is going on right now, y'all. I don't know about y'all, but out here where I'm from or where I'm at, it's expensive as shit. Like just for one bedrooms is now averaging $2,000 in Denver, Colorado. All right. Basically, you'll get a rinky dink ass one for about $1,700 a month, but then you still got all the utilities and shit. So basically, you're still paying $2,000. You know what I'm saying? And when I look around in my community, I see how everybody's seems to be struggling and shit. I don't know that many people who have their own shit. Like, there for the longest, I was the only one who was independent. Like, before COVID hit, out of all my friends and shit, I had maybe two other friends that I could look over at and be like, all right, we in the same circumstances, maybe. And I'm just giving it the benefit of the doubt just to say, like, maybe somebody I ain't thinking of or people I ain't really kicking with like that, but I knew that they was on my level. And so I'm just trying to understand, how is everyone, or the majority it seems like, hopping on this single independent wave and all these relationships is failing. And every time I get to talking about relationships, I get comments on my shit talking about how basically niggas ain't shit and all this other shit. I really honestly and genuinely want to know from y'all who prefer to be independent or who do not want to be with someone. I honestly and genuinely want to know from y'all, what do y'all see y'all's lives like in the next 5 years? And also, what do you see yourself doing that's going to obtain being single, independent in a lifestyle or in a world that prices are continuously raising? Don't get me twisted, y'all. I'm not sitting here saying you need to be in a relationship for your well-being or to, you know, to afford a living or whatever. That's not what I'm saying exactly. But what I'm trying to understand is, because I know that people can go stay with their peoples, roommate, etc., right? So what I'm trying to understand is, all right, I'll put it this way, y'all. Remember I told y'all in the video, I don't know if y'all watched it, but if you did, the mental health video I made towards men of color about our mental health and how, you know, we don't need to abandon our well-being or our quality of life or our peace just to work for a company, just to be able to say you make a certain amount of money or whatever. So just to tap on that a bit, and it entails with this conversation that I'm having now. I was working for the government, y'all. I'm not gonna say exactly which branch, but I was making about $60K a year. I have been on my own since 2011. Yeah, I've been living on my own like for over 10 years now. This was the first year, 2022, this last year was the first year that I decided that I was not going to renew my lease in my apartment and that I was going to go ahead and take a chance on either a roommate or going back and staying with my peoples. Because, like I've told y'all before, I did that shit because I thought that's what you were supposed to do as an adult. Independence for me was to be aware that I can take care of myself. All right? That's the whole reason why I was independent. If I was an average dude, I would have just stayed with my peoples. My peoples got money. I come from money. There's a 5-bedroom house where my peoples is at, and there's only my grandma, my little cousin, and my uncle staying there. I got a whole own room and everything that I could go. You know what I'm saying? And that's the whole reason why I was just like, fuck this. Like, I'm sick of this. Like, it got to a point where I was just like, what am I doing this for? I'm up here paying $1,700 in rent for a 1-bedroom. And then I have to get up every fucking day and go into this job and get 2 days off just to make enough to where, yeah, I could save a little bit, go traveling. I could probably take a trip once every 6 months or a year. But I felt like I was living paycheck to paycheck. When you on your own, you do, because even if you do got some money on the save, you know that that's fallback money. So it ain't even really comfortable to really spend money in a comfortable way. Because you know that if anything happens, you got to be the only one that's going to be there to take care of your shit. I think a lot of y'all really don't be independent. Because when y'all be saying that shit, it sounds like a bunch of little boys that staying with their peoples or been roommating all their 20s. And then they figure out, like, or they figure that, okay, well, all my problems have come from people and all that shit. So if I become independent, then it'll resolve all my problems. Nah. Nigga, being independent is hard. It's for the survival of the fittest, nigga. Being independent ain't no fucking shit for no punk ass nigga. You got to do everything on your own. You got to pay all the bills by yourself. You got to know in the back of your mind that you got to be as healthy as a fucking horse, because if anything happens to you, you the only one that you can fall back on. I don't look at that shit like it is nothing to commit yourself to longevity, y'all. I did this shit for over 10 years. And I'm doing it thinking that everybody else is going to be doing it because this is a part of our lives and we're supposed to be adults. We're supposed to be men. I'm trying to start my own family. How it happened for me was in the beginning when I left home, it was because I wanted to come out. I wanted to explore my sexuality and I didn't want to be up under my people's roof dealing with no homophobia and shit. All right. So I got my own shit. I'll say about 5 years in, well, about around the time when I was in Atlanta or Houston, I'll say Atlanta, I've had about 6 different apartments, y'all. I had my first place, 2011. My boyfriend moved in with me then. We broke up. I moved to Atlanta the next year. Got a crib with my best friend. Then me and him separated after that lease was up. I got my own crib. And then I also let another friend come stay with me because I had a 2-bedroom then. Because, see, this was around like when the 2 bedrooms was like $1,200-1,300 a month. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing. As a millennial, I don't see how the fuck they getting these prices off on us. Because we came out of high school with rent for a nice ass 1-bedroom. I remember my very first luxury. I moved out into a luxury apartment. I never had no regular apartment. So in a luxury apartment in 2011, 2012 was $850, $900. You were never hitting, they were never putting $1,000 on no fucking 1-bedroom apartment, bro. Now these motherfuckers got the audacity, y'all, to be going up into the 2,000 ranges. And y'all, do y'all see how quick that this is changing? Our parents didn't have to deal with this. When they graduated from high school, the same rent was the same when they was 28, 29, 30. They had the same lifestyle and the same economy for over 10 years. Our economy is changing by 3-year differences, y'all. Just from 2020, I had my own crib. I had a 1-bedroom out here in Denver with a garage attached to it. living good, $1,200 a month with my internet included, all that. I know some people would probably be like, damn, that's still high for a one bedroom, but shit, I was all right with it. You know what I'm saying? Because I was making the money and I was living comfortable at that. You know what I'm saying? My quality of life was good too. But like now, nigga, they're not, these jobs ain't paying us another, what, third of an increase? Nigga, that same one bedroom apartment that I had went and got when I graduated from high school in 2012 was $850 a month. Y'all, I went and looked at that motherfucker not too long ago. The same exact apartment. It don't got no updated appliances, nothing. And guess how much the rent is? $1,800. I can't believe this shit. I can't believe that with all that going on, this is the time where y'all motherfuckers want to get to talking about being independent? I can tell y'all have not done it then. Because let me tell y'all, from a nigga that's experienced being independent over 10 years, you will look the fuck up. Nigga, I look back and I was like, hold up. I done had how many apartments? I done paid how many thousands of dollars on monthly basis throughout these years? Y'all, I realized that I could have owned a house by now. If I would have just stayed home, stacked up that bread that I was spending every month, I would have owned a nice house by now. So this video is not to say that, you don't take care of your well-being, you don't take care of yourself, or you depend on another motherfucker to get by. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that the way that they're doing it and the way that the economy is now, it's making it very difficult to be independent. I'm just getting facts. The only reason why single women with children are on that whole single shit, that's the reason why you gay niggas, I be trying to tell y'all need to quit following these women. These girls got different advantages than y'all. Y'all will never get the advantages that they have. A lot of the advantages that women have is because they are able to bear children. These girls ain't got to do shit but have a nigga baby and get on welfare. That's the whole reason why they're independent mindset. You want to know why? Because they can sit up on their ass and the government gonna pay their rent and then say that they can't have no man around. So that's another thing I want to respond to. On my last video, I got a lot of people saying, when we gonna start blaming the men for leaving the homes and shit, causing these women to be single mothers? No, these women are not, it's not all about a nigga not being shit no more. A nigga, okay, I'll keep it real. There's a lot of niggas that ain't shit, right? But then let me tell y'all, this same single woman to come across a nigga who got his own shit and will pass up on him. Because she look at it like, if we gonna be 50-50, if we gonna be even, I'll do that by my damn self because I got the government's assistance and shit. I don't need your ass. The government has replaced the value of a man being around. All right, so that's what that is. But hold on, I am rolling up, by the way. Shit, it got a little hot. But yeah, that's why I gave up, y'all. I ain't even gonna cap. Like, I was just like, look, I'm not getting shit out of this. And then the whole reason why, okay, so about 5 years in, it became where I was okay, I know I can be independent. I know I can take care of myself. I'm not doing this to prove nothing to myself no more, right? So then it becomes, all right, I've enjoyed being on my own. I've been on my own for a while now, so it's kind of hard to go back and stay with somebody once you've been on your own. You know what I'm saying? So that was one reason why I never went back home after that while. But then also I was like, I'm trying to start my own family. I want to have my own family. So I was like, all right, let me go ahead and stay out here, stack my bread up. So I was like, all right, well, let me go ahead, stay out here, get my money up more. And, it was just more and more, that I was trying to be good enough for something that was still not happening. I got niggas coming over, staying with me during that whole time when I'm trying to be serious and start a family, thinking I'm doing everything right, doing everything I was told to do. And then all I kept getting was niggas coming around, using me for my crib, like you don't get what you think you're supposed to get out of this. This is the reason why I be trying to put motherfuckers up on game about high value men as well, because high value men get tired as well of us doing everything that y'all say we supposed to do to be these eligible bachelors, and then we do it, and then we get y'all to come around and y'all look at it like we just supposed to have that shit. Like, oh, you just got the bare minimum, but you stay with your peoples though. Or you got roommates though, or you in between cribs or whatever though. It was rarely when I got somebody who would tell me like, hey, you doing really good, you on your shit, keep your shit up. But even then, it would be like, well, how you do this? How much is your rent and shit? Like asking me shit that ain't none of their business, but it's because I realize these motherfuckers don't want to be with me. They want to be like me. Everybody want to be the motherfucker that got their own shit because they feel like if they don't have it and you do, you're going to run over them and you're going to control them and they won't have no power or nothing, right? So they get jealous and you want to be like you, but then once they be like you, then they trying to be a hoe. They trying to go through them. You know what I'm saying? So it's bad enough that when you are the dude that's got his own shit and you out here on your shit, you get motherfuckers come around just trying to use you, right? But then when you meet other niggas that got their own shit, they don't. There's like there's a disconnect because now there's like this power struggle and shit. So y'all, I ain't gonna cap. I got exhausted. I was like, you know what? I'm fucking done. I didn't have my own shit for over 10 years. I'm not finding a partner. Okay? What is the point? It's too goddamn expensive out here for me to be trying to keep proving to who? I already proved it to myself I can take care of myself. So I can go back home, chill, stack up my bread. I needed a fucking break. And I'm glad I fucking did it. So what I did was, my lease had ended 2022. I was living in Kansas City. I had went back to Kansas City for 1 year. I did that lease. And then after that, I was just like, you know what, let me just go ahead and take a break. So yeah, I went ahead, moved back in with my peoples. And then literally, within like a month of being with my peoples is when I met my dude now. And he treat me better than any nigga ever did. We go in on everything together. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm always over there. We already talking about getting ready to get a place together and shit. And it's like, I'm just thinking, I had a moment of epiphany, like, damn, all that time I was doing all that, busting my ass, keeping my own shit and everything, so that I could be a candidate or an eligible bachelor to be somebody's partner, and nobody was really recognizing me. And then until I just fucking said I'm done, and then all of a sudden now I done met somebody who's shown me way more worthy than anybody I ever met when I had my own shit, y'all. That shit is crazy. But you wanna know? One major factor that I realized that has to do with, every nigga that I seem to fuck with when I had my own shit, they all had an option to go back and stay with their peoples, and they used it. Because they noticed by being with me how hard it is being on your own and shit. And I had one ex that actually went in 50-50 on me with the bills and shit. But I feel like he even got tired of doing that. And rent wasn't even that high then. This was in my apartment with the garage attached where I was only paying $1,200 a month. And I had niggas thinking that was just too much and them going back and staying with their peoples then. So what I realized is I had to find somebody who was equivalent to me mentally, who just because they have the option to go stay with their peoples, they don't just take advantage of it and just sit up there and be a bum ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? And blame every motherfucking body else in the world for why they not where they want to be and what they want to do and all that other shit. But also, he had the same mentality as me. He's relationship oriented with me as well. You know what I'm saying? So that's just a couple commonalities you want to find in somebody when you're trying to date somebody. And I'm talking about, this is also for the high value men, the niggas who's good, who's comfortable financially and everything. You know what I'm saying? But it's like we still have a hard time because we got to do all that shit on our own just to be used and shit. Still get cheated on and shit. Still have to deal with the niggas, all this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like in the gay community it's way better and smarter for us to link up, date for a good 6 solid months, just to know y'all match. Once y'all realize that, I think it needs to become about the conjoining y'all shit so that y'all can take some load off of each other and y'all can actually go after y'all's passions and shit. I'm just throwing some shit out there because y'all, the way that they got this shit going, I could tell that they not, like, this world does not give a fuck about nobody's quality of life. It doesn't give a fuck about us being single, living single, and dying alone. It doesn't give a fuck about people working class and them not being able to afford certain shit. It's like, it really looked like this world getting ready to just kind of just do what it want to do, y'all, until we all come together or something. But in the meantime, I feel like that independent movement is the opposite of what y'all need to be on. 100. And I know that any nigga who's actually been independent before like me, they can relate. And I want y'all to comment and show some relatability and shit because this is ridiculous. Like, I'm not no broke ass nigga. I come from an upper middle class family. So if I'm seeing this shit and I'm noticing that this is not what it's supposed to be. I can only imagine, but see, that's the thing though. When you look on social media and shit, black people, everybody looks so fucking rich and comfortable and happy because they too busy trying to fucking front and look like they better than the next motherfucker, knowing that they just saved up 6 months to go on that goddamn trip, or they waited for their taxes to hit to go to that motherfucker. Man, that's the reason why ain't no reparations happening, because everybody's acting like they're not relatable or that they can't understand what the fuck the next motherfucker going through. There's a lack of empathy, which is getting ready to cause a lot of domino effect of bullshit, because everybody want to sit up here and act like they good. Because we all done been conditioned that if you express your differences or what you don't like about this world, you just complaining and you just negative. No, you keeping it real about what the fuck is going on around you. The Matrix is real right now. So many people living in the Matrix, y'all. But yeah, I just want to make this video to tap on that because I couldn't believe, like, I just saw that Iman and Tiana broke up. I'm just like, damn, these relationships is really on the rocks. It don't matter gay, straight, whatever. So yeah, y'all, basically it just became, I didn't want to do it no more. It ain't about me. It ain't about I couldn't do it no more. I just don't want to. I'm not about, and I don't know how a lot of y'all other men feel, but I'm not about to motherfucking work my ass off, okay? Take my motherfucking ass home every day, and I ain't got nobody there, and I'm the only motherfucker that's gonna be able to cook for me, take care of me when I'm sick. Like, nah, bruh, I'm not getting ready to work my ass off for that. That is not fulfilling. That's not a reward for that. There's basically what I'm saying, y'all, making this video is just to say there's no reward anymore for men who work hard and, you know, to be providers and protectors and to be of eligible bachelors for someone to come along and build a family and build a home with no more. There's no motherfucking reward for that. With all y'all motherfuckers on this independent shit, all y'all raised by single moms, not giving a fuck about no relationship, not understanding the value of it, okay? Y'all really think people just be in a relationship because they just some lovey-dovey motherfuckers? Nah, it's about survival too. Like, but it's becoming where men are just not getting anything for it. And if y'all think that we about to sit up here, and that's the whole reason why, now I get it. Y'all, I had just watched this movie where this dude was brainwashing his wife back into the 50s or whatever with some new technology and shit. And I get it now. It's because back then, that's why they had that whole, you know, the woman stay home while the man go out and make the money, because now I see why women was like, yeah, he wouldn't be able to do all that without me. And now I get that clearly. As a real man, now I get that. Because after you go off and you work all motherfucking day to provide a roof over motherfuckers' heads, you want somebody there when you get home. Why is that? Like, I don't understand. Why is that hard to understand? So it's an equal need on both sides. So now I see why that shit was so the standard, and why that was the tradition, because that is what works for real. Because men are not getting ready to continue to do all this for motherfuckers who don't want to be around longevity or can't give them what they need. And so, yeah, I just had to tap on that real quick because I was like, I peeped that. Like, it's gonna make men, and that's why a lot of men are not gonna do nothing, because they could, if they're not gonna get anything out of it, then if it's just to be self-righteous and just to be on my own, I don't need to be out here working my ass off 7 days a week, 5 days a week, to just say I'm making $100,000 a year. Then when it don't, you can't even see it, because it's going all back into the bills and shit. Just to be by myself, just to be able to call myself a man, I know damn well y'all motherfuckers don't think that that's it. So that's why I want y'all to comment on here who all don't want to be with somebody. I want to know what y'all see yourselves, because I'm not finna be one of you niggas. Now I see why. I'm starting to understand more and more about like the whole shit, like when it comes to arranged marriages and everything. It's like, now I see why they would just arrange it, and then if they fall in love, that's cool later or not, because at the end of the day, now I see what's going on here. But yeah, y'all, I just want all my independent fellas to really just look at what's going on and understand that a lot of that is going to be where you're at, and that's all you're going to be at for the rest of your life. Like, that's what I noticed. I was like, with them not wanting to give raises like that, with you having to already come up with other side hustles and shit, it's like, you get to a certain point. I noticed, like, once I had everything, crib, car, fully furnished, been doing it for years and all that, I was just like, I realized, this is going to be it. If I don't do something drastic or meet somebody who I can link up with, who can conjoin with me and we can grow together or something, I noticed real quick that that's it. Y'all, once you an independent nigga that got all that shit, car, crib, and all that shit, that's it. I kept thinking that something else was gonna come, like that was gonna, make this shit the fantasy that it has been sold to me about. But it never did. I was just that money having nigga. That's it. And yeah, look up. I'm trying to tell you, 5 years go by. I'm trying to tell you, within like, with just one lease I did for 5 years, I looked at that shit and I noticed that I had paid these motherfuckers over $100,000 to live in that apartment for 4 years. Because each lease term is about 24, 25. Well, it was then. Shit, now it's probably what, 35? Nah, bruh. I'm not getting ready to be fucked in the ass by this government, put on this hamster wheel indefinitely, thinking that I'm about to get some higher reward that ain't never coming, and I just keep working until I'm 65 years old, and then they throw me away. Like, that's what's going on, y'all. I hope y'all understand. That's the plan set out for you. That's why I say a relationship for LGBT is one of the best outs. To not have to be no slave forever. You can have some peace of mind, quality of life, all that. Y'all need to up y'all's motherfucking ante when it comes to y'all's emotional intelligence and shit, because I'm trying to tell y'all. So yeah, I really want all of us to start focusing on our self-esteem and our self-love and caring about ourselves more, Because when I hear all y'all talking about being independent like that, I feel like y'all not really with that. Y'all saying that because y'all don't believe that y'all good enough to have it, or y'all don't believe that y'all gonna find it. That's really what it is. Let's just keep it G, my nigga. Who the fuck ever wants to just go sign up to just be alone for the rest of their lives? The reason why y'all have accepted that, okay, that's not no goal for y'all. Y'all have accepted it because y'all think that that's y'all's end all be all anyway. All right? And I know this because I've been told that that's how gay dudes die. We die alone anyway. All this other shit. I've heard a whole bunch of negative shit be said about us getting older and how we live our lives and shit. And I know that it all comes from low self-esteem, straight up. Don't none of y'all motherfuckers want to just be by yourselves. Y'all have accepted it because y'all, just like y'all's moms and shit, have accepted that maybe nobody gonna want to be with you because you don't want to make no changes. You can't compromise. I don't know what the fuck the case may be, but hey, I just wanted to make this video so that it's, just straight up like, this is what it is. If you don't, I mean, what else is it that y'all think gonna happen? Like, for the vast majority. And I'm thinking about it, even if I become rich, like rich as fuck, like for real, that's not going to change my value. So I just want y'all to understand that this is not about and I mean, that's not going to change my values of wanting to be in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? And grow old with someone. It's not going to. And yes, I know that everybody's not going to be in relationships anyway, even if that wasn't the case. I'm just saying that it's gotten to the point where for those of us who do want it, or those who do want it, it's became to where it's looking like, hey, it may not happen. You may actually sign yourself up to do, I mean, you could be the hottest shit on the market now, and you may not still get, find a match. You know what I'm saying? And that's just, it's scary, but that's the reality that we're living in now. So, yep, I just wanted to make a video about that, about independence and how it's this fancy thing sold to us that's not what it is it's not what it's made out to be, bro. Do not fall for the cap, bro. Do not fall for the cap. I'm trying to tell you, everybody who's promoting that shit, these niggas is taking back motherfuckers who's cheating on them, they exes, they going back and forth, boy, these celebrities ain't even living up to it. They telling y'all to live up to it, but they're not. Like, it's man, it's crazy out here. The contradictions that's out here is crazy. So do not fall for the bullshit, y'all. All right. But yeah, that's it for this one. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see y'all on the next one. Peace.